We talked about Quinn Ewers a couple times. Ohio State recruit quarterback. He is reported to the Buckeyes now. And most recently, Schefter reported, I believe on Monday, that he's actually signed with talent agencies to, I guess, manage his NIL representation. Uh,
Yeah.
he he already has done one NIL deal for Holy Kombucha, a health drink.
Gross.
I love kombucha
I
actually.
thought it's so
I
nasty.
feel refreshed after drinking
Well,
kombucha, especially after a workout. And it's supposed to be good for your gut biome. And Lord
right.
knows my toilet thinks my gut biome needs to be fixed a little bit. All right.
So I hate tea. So kombucha just makes tea even worse than I already think it is. Um, but I mean, good for Quinn getting that first deal. I think it's interesting that he is talking to agencies about managing that stuff. I figured the NCAA would have kind of tried to put a stop to representation of the athletes and have them kind of work these deals more for themselves because now we really get into that realm of are these guys professionals? They are being represented by an agency rather than them representing themselves, them using their own name, image, and likeness. Now somebody else is using it and helping them promote that.
That makes sense. But I could see on the other side of the coin, the NCAA might not really have too much of a problem with it if this player, we'll say Quinn Ewers, goes out and he gets all these different NIL deals with a Nike and Adidas or, these big major brands, Under Armour, whatever, and he's getting on commercials and stuff already, it's going to draw more people to this player that, I mean, you have a large segment of people that only watch NFL football. You have
Right.
a large segment of people that only watch college football, but you have segmented groups that might not know who the next up and coming talent out of college football is until draft time or even thereafter. Now they're getting more exposure, getting more primetime stuff in ads or whatnot, and it might draw those people to watch college football more. That equals more revenue for the schools, for the teams, for the NCAA,
And
and
the,
it could make up a little bit of that margin of what they are now not able to get because of this NIL deal. So
Absolutely. Well, and if it is good for the NCAA, of course they're going to do it because the NCAA is in the business of making money
hmm
on the cheapest labor they possibly can make it off of. So I see that point. I just thought that given the NCAA's past on kind of how they crack down on what is and is not allowed, I figured there would have been some sort of restriction on representation. You know, when kids leave college for the NBA draft, they can go back to college after declaring for the draft as long as they don't sign representation, as long as they don't sign an agent. So if you don't sign an agent, you test out the draft process, you don't like where you're maybe falling, you can go back and then you're back on scholarship. I figured there would be something similar to that with the NIL, but like you said, if this helps the NCAA promote the game, make more money, then of course the NCAA is going to be on board. They're not going to, you know, do anything that would jeopardize their money, even though there's a chance in the not too distant future that the NCAA is going to be completely worthless, depending on what happens with these super conferences.